Alpha Omega World Development Marshall Program. United Nations Pentagon H-Word Military Divine Government. The Universal Queen of Queens Foundation Incorporated. Bureau of Central Interpol. Rockefeller Plaza, P.O. Box 3134, New York City, New York 10185, United States of America. May 3, 2018. His Excellency Donald John Trump, President of the United States of America. Dear Mr. Trump, I would like to discuss with you issues about the full implementation of the Alpha Omega World Development Marshall Program's AOWDMP worldwide anti-poverty programs in accordance with the United Nations Economic and Social Council's ECOSOC Article 55, to wit Chapter 9. With a view to the creation of conditions of stability and well-being which are necessary for peaceful and friendly relations among nations, based on respect for the principle of equal rights and self-determination of peoples, the United Nations shall promote a. Higher standards of living, full employment, and conditions of economic and social progress and development. B. Solutions of international economic, social, health, and related problems, and international cultural and educational cooperation, and C. Universal respect for, and observance of, human rights and fundamental freedoms for all without distinction as to race, sex, language, or religion. As the appointed President of the United States of America, you have a mandate from your appointer to directly coordinate with me as the current heir of the Code of the King of Recognized Asset Nations KORAN, as concerns the AOWDMP's governance of my immense global assets, which are the financial backbone of all allied and non-allied nations. All current presidents, premiers, prime ministers, kings and queens, princes and princesses comprise the Board of Trustees/Board of Governors of the AOWDMP, which is the sole implementer of the massive global projects, based on the ECOSOC Articles 55, 56, 57, and 63. I encourage you to have an urgent meeting with me, based on my exceptional credentials and my messianic power, to save the world from abject poverty. Page 1 of 34. I have been informed about your memorandum for the heads of executive departments and agencies dated October 26, 2017 with this subject: temporary certification for certain records related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Based on your memorandum, the American public expects its government to provide as much access as possible to the President John F. Kennedy assassination records, so that the people may finally be fully informed about all aspects of this pivotal event. You also mentioned in your memorandum that executive departments and agencies have proposed to you that certain information should continue to be redacted because of their concern for national security, law enforcement, and foreign affairs concerns. I'm the chairman of the Committee of 300, which governs the world through these 3 city-states or corporations that belong to no nation or state. 1. City of London Corporation, financial powerhouse since year 1067. 2. Washington, D.C., military powerhouse since 1871. 3. Vatican City, religious powerhouse since 1929. In behalf of the Committee of 300, I inform you about the JFK assassination. In his book, entitled The Committee of 300: The Conspirators' Hierarchy, John Coleman reveals that the Committee of 300, which is the all-powerful 300 with its inner circle of Olympians, whose power base is in London, and the City of London city-state, under the control of Queen Elizabeth II, who is my co-chairperson in the said committee. Weblink GOO/GL/CZ of BVT. For Coleman, Then U.S. President John F. Kennedy ordered a review of the Federal Reserve, resulting to his issuance of Executive Order 11-0 dated June 4, 1963 to authorize the U.S. Treasury to print and directly issue the United States notes instead of the Federal Reserve notes. According to Coleman, Kennedy's decision to bypass and shut down the Federal Reserve banks caused consternation in Washington and London, and if allowed to stand, it would virtually dry up the Committee of 300's financial source. Coleman also reveals that Kennedy's assassination on November 22, 1963, 171 days after his issuance of his Executive Order 11-0 was carried out by the Assassination Bureau called Pomendex in conspiracy with the British intelligence MI6 operation. The CIA, the FBI, the Secret Service, and the Dallas Police with worldwide publicity, and with utmost brutality, to serve as a warning to world leaders not to get out of line. Perhaps President Kennedy's assassination was a warning to future presidents not to interfere with the private Federal Reserve's control over the creation of money. Weblink GOO, GL/KN4ZGQ. Page 2 of 34. I'm pleased, and have the honor, to provide you more information about my global assets, which can greatly help continue your unbreakable promise to make America great again. You will be rewarded for your full cooperation. Human Trust Jinru Shikin, which is a 2013 Japanese suspense film, ascertains the existence of the M Fund, meaning Mankind Fund, which is a secret joint US-Japan account for gold-based currencies. In their expository book, entitled Gold Warriors: America's Secret Recovery of the Yamashita Gold, Sterling and Peggy Seagrave reveal that the only people who knew of the stashes of the 175 hidden treasure vaults in the Philippines were the Japanese military tops and the imperial family, also referred the Imperial House of Japan, including the Emperor Hirohito, whose name has the meaning of abundant benevolence. The Seagraves also allege that the Emperor Hirohito appointed his brother Prince Chichibu to head a secret organization from 1937 to 1946 called the Golden Lily Kinoyuri Operation, by which the imperial household's members were personally involved in a territorial expansion for their massive treasure hunting. Prince Chichibu's secret team was given a code name of the Golden Lily after a poem the said emperor had once written. The Golden Lily operation included the Yamashita's gold. Together with Nazi war loot from Europe, the United States funneled the Yamashita's gold into the Black Eagle Trust, named after the Nazi insignia stamped on gold bullion stolen by the Nazis, and discussed clandestinely at the Bretton Woods in 1944, from which the Federal Reserve System and others would be greatly and secretly funded. I renewed with you the 1950 bilateral Minesfield Breakthrough Successor Agreement, enabling the Federal Reserve System, fed with all the 13 treasury vaults of my vast gold bullion, the Golden Lily, as the gold bullion bank of the world. I'm the Fed's chairman, because I'm the heir and owner of the Yamashita's gold. Aside from the Yamashita's gold, there are other massive treasures for the great benefit of my fellow Americans, Filipinos, and other peoples of the world. President Ferdinand E. Marcos initiated the first Manila Summit Conference, the very first ASEAN Summit, on October 24 to 25, 1966, and the Volcanic Summit Law on January 24 to 25. 1967, officially earmarking $500 Canadian US dollars. 500 followed by 42 zeros for the upcoming Divine Master Plan of the New World Society. As President Marcos' legitimate son, successor, heir, and trustee, I'm the Divine Master Plan's sole implementer regarding the ECOSOC Article 55. Along with the AOWDMP, you can be my trustee, fellow implementer, benefactor, and beneficiary in the global projects, based on the Divine Master Plan. Page 3 of 34. The Department of the Treasury, which is an executive department in the Treasury of the United States federal government, issued on August 11, 1979 this certification to all international governments and monetary authorities about my global cash account with the sum of US dollars 300 with 39 zeros. Department of the Treasury. Office of the General Counsel. Washington, D.C. 20220. To all Board of Governor of the Worldwide Central Banks, International Government and Monetary Authorities. By the authority of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve Bank System, Washington, D.C. 2561, and the Department of U.S. Treasury in accordance with Public Law 8766 cited old and new series of currency recorded in the Bank International Settlement Boston, Zurich, Switzerland and Netherlands. TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcus, coded name TVM LSM 666AAAO01 Global Account Number 97, 54, 32, 01, 10. Special grant from Code of 01 TVM LSM 666 Read Sirach Chapter 44, 12. 3 to 12 Seaments of the first AAAO01 Global Cash Account the sum of 300, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000 issued to back up his U.S. Federal ID number C, 80, 84, 79, to redeem the assets and commodities, restructured from August 11, 1986, maturity August 11, 2007. Protected by Global Immunity and Security 4136-25070, Redeemers Code 1788-777. Done in Washington, D.C. 20220, 11th of August 1979. Signed, Jose Bautista Cruz and Phil, Trust Depositor of Victory Notes. Signed, Russell L. Monk, Assistant General Counsel. Signed, T. Page Nelson, Director Foreign Currency. Page 4 of 34. The Department of the Treasury's Federal Reserve Bank of Boston issued on April 22, 1934 the Federal Reserve bonds in denominations of US dollars 1 billion. Each box has 250 pieces of bonds. United States of America. Department of the Treasury. Washington, D.C., USA. Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. Federal Reserve Bonds. Box number A00000001C. Serial numbers A00000002C-000000251C. Security code number 0001-01C. PD number A1000-C. Denomination $1 billion United States dollars, 250 pieces bonds. Total amount $250 billion United States dollars series of 1934. Certification. This box is declared sealed and registered by the Department of the Treasury on April 22, 1934, Washington, D.C., USA, containing lawful instruments for redemption, engagement, and other commercial purposes. Witness, the seal of Department of Treasury and signatures of duly authorized officers this 22nd day of April 1934, Washington, D.C., USA. Signed, Treasurer of the United States. Signed, Secretary of the Treasury. Page 5 of 34. The Department of the Treasury's Federal Reserve Bank of New York issued on April 22, 1934 the Federal Reserve bonds in extraordinary denominations of US dollars 1 billion with a total amount of US dollars 250 billion per box. This is the Federal Reserve Bank's certification, to wit. This box is declared sealed and registered by the Department of the Treasury on April 22, 1934, Washington, D.C., USA, containing lawful instruments for redemption, engagement, and other investment purposes. Witness, the seal of the Department of the Treasury and signatures of duly authorized mandates this 22nd day of April 1934, Washington, D.C., USA. United States of America. Department of the Treasury. Washington, D.C., USA. Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Federal Reserve Bonds. Box number B00000001J. Serial numbers B00000028HB000000251J. Security code 0001-01B2. PD number B0001J. Denomination $1 billion United States dollars, 250 pieces bonds. Total amount $250 billion United States dollars series of 1934. Certification. This box is declared sealed and registered by the Department of the Treasury on April 22, 1934, Washington, D.C., USA, containing lawful instruments for redemption, engagement, and other investment purposes. Witness, the seal of the Department of the Treasury and signatures of duly authorized mandates this 22nd day of April 1934, Washington, D.C., USA. Signed, Treasurer of the United States. Signed, Secretary of the Treasury. Page 6 of 34. 1 billion. Federal Reserve Note. This note is a legal tender for all debts, public and private. Series of 1934. Signed, Treasurer of the United States. Signed, Secretary of the Treasury. Cleveland. The United States of America will pay to the bearer on demand $1 billion by the Superintendent of Document, U.S. Government Bureau of Engraving and Printing, Washington, D.C., 2042. Federal Reserve Note. This coupon is for $40 million. $40 million.00 shall be payable on the last day of the month 30th year of the United States of America and redeemable for the period of 33 years with an interest rate of 4% per annum. D000501 20A. Page 7 of 34. The Alpha Omega delivered 25,000 metric tons of gold to the Federal Reserve System in New York, USA in the year 1928. The United States of America. Alpha Omega. New York, New York. Inventory List Certificate. Inventory Certificate. Federal Reserve System Guarantee Certificate. Treasury Certificate. Insurance Certificate. Gold Bullion Certificate. Bank Certificate. International Immunity Certificate. Green Card. Redemption XXXXX. Signed. Signed. The United States of America. Alpha Omega. New York, New York. International Immunity Certificate. Signed. Signed. United States of America. Series of 1928. Department of Treasury. Washington, D.C., USA. Federal Reserve Bank of New York, New York. SNX 2222221 SC number 00222X. Box number 2222210. PD number X2202B. Certification. This box Treaty of Versailles is declared sealed and registered by the Department of Treasury on April 22, 1928, Washington, D.C., USA, containing lawful instrument for redemption and engagement for reward. Witness, the seal of Department of Treasury and signature of duly authorized officers this 22nd of April, XXXX, Washington, D.C., USA. Signed. Signed. The United States of America. Alpha Omega. New York, New York. Gold Bullion Certificate. This is to certify that this gold bullion certificate issued by the Department of Treasury backed and covered by gold deposit of 25,000 metric tons of 99.99% purity deposited in the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, New York, guaranteed by the Federal Government of United States of America and Federal Reserve System Board of Governors. Witness the seal and signatures of duly authorized representative this 17th day of August 1928, Washington, D.C., USA. Signed. 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 TVM LSM 666. Page 8 of 34. The Department of the Treasury's Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago issued on April 22, 1934 the Federal Reserve bonds in extraordinary denominations of US dollars 1 billion with a total amount of US dollars 250 billion per box. This is the Federal Reserve Bank's certification, to wit. This box Treaty of Versailles is declared sealed and registered by the Department of Treasury on April 22, 1934, Washington, D.C., USA, containing lawful instruments for redemption, engagement and for reward. United States of America. Treaty of Versailles. Series of 1934. Department of Treasury. Washington, D.C., USA. Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago, Illinois. Box number G88, 88, 88, 88G. SC 8800-88 SN G88 88 88 81G PD G88 08G Denomination $1 billion 250 pieces. Total value $250 billion. Certification. This box Treaty of Versailles is declared sealed and registered by the Department of Treasury on April 22, 1934, Washington, D.C., USA, containing lawful instruments for redemption, engagement, for award. Witness, the seal of Department of Treasury and signatures of duly authorized officers this 22nd day of April, 1934, Washington, D.C., USA. Signed, Treasurer of the United States. Signed, Secretary of the Treasury. Page 9 of 34. As the Redeemer, I'm covered by complete global immunity. Federal Reserve Bond. Global immunity. SC 16, 18, 20. Federal Reserve, United States of America. SNG 00, 91, 75, 5A. Issued to TIBURCIO v. Marcus. Coded name, TVM LSM 666. Redeemer's Code, 1738, 777. Security Code, 50, 20, Gents, 178-179. By virtue of power vested by the United States Legislature, to enable the government of the United States of America, to determine the contract in a manner appearing as a loan, which shall be known as Federal Reserve Bond issued by the Bank of Chicago series of 1934. The Redeemer will therefore be free from criminal liabilities, and be duly covered by complete immunity documented for the safety of all parties concerning the total amount of the said bond. Cloaked for secrecy. Original copy. Signed. Signed. Box number 0091 754. Padlock number P117X. Signed. Received and confirmed by TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcus, TVM LSM 666. The Redeemer coded 1738-777. Signed. XXXXXXXXXX Grantor. Seal of the Supreme Court of the Philippines. Page 10 of 34. The Federal Reserve System's Board of Governors issued this certificate on August 11, 1979 to all Board of Governors of central banks, identifying me as TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcus, who is entitled to the amount of 40 zeros for the control of the world assets. By virtue of power vested to me by the U.S. Federal Reserve Banking System and the Department of U.S. Treasury, my ID number C60-84-79 is protected by the Treaty of Perpetual and Global Immunity. Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Washington, D.C. 20551. To all Board of Governors of Central Bank worldwide acknowledged by the authority of the United States Treasury in accordance with U.S. Federal Reserve Bank System given identity to TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcus coded name TVM LSM 666AAAO01 Global Account Number 97 54 32 01 10 Special Grant from Code of 01 TVM. LSM 666 reads Sirach Chapter 44:12, 3-12 Siemens of the first AAAO01 global cash account issued on August 11, 1986 after restructured from the Code of Last Will and Testament from 1952 ended. August 11, 1986. The amount of 40 zeros is prepared to control the World Asset Access Reserve maturity 2007. Therefore, by virtue of power vested by the U.S. Federal Reserve Banking System and the Department of the U.S. Treasury in accordance with Public Law 8766, cited old and new series of currency, assets, and commodities for the consonants of our objective to back up the said mentioned ID number C60 84 79 to redeem under code 1738 to 777, approved and amended during post-PAC conference known as Inatus Vias Obligatus et Instituto Apping 1969 known as Inheritance Power of Responsibility Blue Seal, S66. This ID number, C60 84 79 protected by Treaty of Perpetual and Global Immunity. Done in Washington, D.C. 20220, this 11th of August 1979. Signed, Jose Bautista Cruz and Phil. Trust Depositor of Victory Notes. Signed, Preston Martin. Vice Chairman of U.S. Federal Reserve. Page 11 of 34. This declaration order, covered by the law of Treaty of Perpetual, verified on February 7, 1976 that I, as TVM LSM 666, have full discretionary power on my trust asset commodities in bullion banks around the world. Then Presidents Ferdinand E. Marcos and Gerald R. Ford signed this declaration from the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development UNCTAD. UNCTAD. United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. Declaration of the Law of Treaties for Code TVM LSM 666, CR 1949. Know all men by these presents. An international identified by the law of agreements, concluded between the state and private ownership of property, in written from the VRUP of 77 representing United Nations, governed by international law, embodied in bullion banks around the world more related banks, instruments and whatever its particular designation of TVM LSM 666 is duly ratified, accepted, approved, and amended by the International Promotion for Peace Communities, whereby a state established in the international plan with the help is trust asset as backup of the managerial paper's currency its consent, to be bound by a treaty of perpetual. Therefore, hereof in the year 2005 agreed, that all trust asset commodities is duly matured TVM LSM 666 has full and discretionary power, to move/remove or restructure, duly amended under unilateral agreement in accordance with Certificate of Entitlement, included the inventory list signed by Trust Depositor of TVM LSM 666, owner and sole signatory. Further, this declaration order, covered by the law of Treaty of Perpetual, assignment without let of hindrance as a clause of his vital documents issued by the Court of Passé, Order Republic Act 26, adopting and authenticating in the ministerial meeting, the person stated expressing the consent of the state, to be bound by the treaty for accomplishing of any other act of international banking law of bailment. Done in the Philippines this 7th of February 1976. Signed, Ferdinand E. Marcos, President, Republic of the Philippines. Signed, Gerald R. Ford, President, United States of America. Signed, Gaston Egmont Thorne, President of the General Assembly of the United Nations. Signed, Kurt Waldheim, Secretary General of the United Nations. Signed, Gregorio S. Licaris, Chairman of the Board of Governors of Central Bank of the Philippines. Signed, Fred Cruz Castro, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Confirmed by, signed, TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcus, /owner/sole signatory coded TVM LSM 666. Page 12 of 34. The Manila Declaration General Assembly of the Group of 77, 1981 adopted the New World Legal Order dated October 4, 1982 in UNCTAD, Cancun, Mexico. The New World Legal Order has only 5 commissions: 1 UNCTAD, 2 United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, 3 United Nations Higher Commissioner for Refugees UNHCR, 4 World Health Organization WHO, and 5 Alpha Omega. Letter of Instruction Number 71C. From the Office of the Chairman of Group of 77, United Nations Plaza, New York 1, USA, through Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Alistair McTire. For UN Commission of International Trade Law and the International Security Council SC, subject, approve the Manila Declaration General Assembly of the Group of 77, 1981 adopted the New World Legal Order dated October 4, 1982 in UNCTAD, Cancun, Mexico. It was resolved and amended. Dear Sir, I presently constituted, being the head of state president of the Republic of the Philippines and the spokesman of the UN Group of 77, for the International Security Council, exercising the veto assust and UN Charter of ECOSOC Article 55. The United Nations Charter in accordance with Resolution 108 and 109, and/or the Article 55, 57, 63 for Economic and Social Cultural Council ECOSOC, through the Trusteeship Council Convention adopted Resolution Number 93 LV in accordance with Article 55 for the preparation of ECOSOC 2005 Economic Project of the Alpha Omega World Peace Community Development Program and the year 2005. New World Legal Order adopted October 4, 1982. Have only 5 commissions: 1 UNIDO, 2 UNCTAD, 3 World Health Organization, 4 UNHCR and 5 Alpha Omega as the implementer of the World Peace Marshall Plan program. Therefore, the range of activities covered of every aspect of the human existence for the people of the world, including academic studies and researches, for the World ECOSOC, for the World Peace Program of Actions. Henceforth, hereof, I hereby appoint TVM LFM 666, to Chua Decree 010-22-740, Decree to Chua number 010-22-740, recorded in 7th Book in 7 Seal. Authoress of the Ferry Story and Malacanan Palace, Republic Act number 5445, 5446, Article 11, Section 124, Philippines. Old and New Constitution, H. World UN Military Government, Trilateral ID number 54321110110, as my proxy. Successor for the. Page 13 of 34. This letter of instruction was signed by Kurt Waldheim, Secretary of the United Nations, approved by President Ferdinand E. Marcos as spokesman of the UN Group of 77, and confirmed by U.S. President Ronald W. Reagan and me as heir, owner, signatory, redeemer, and implementer. We confirmed the ECOSOC economic project of the Alpha Omega World Peace Community Development Program. Regarding the refusal of any trustee bullion bank to coordinate and comply with the rule of banking law of bailment, the bailee is punishable in the Veto Act or Embargo Act 1807. Members of ad hoc committee of the Group of 23, in preparatory commodities, otherwise finance the ECOSOC 2005, based and approved plan set in Resolution Number 93 LV Article 555763, adopted Resolution Number 3442. 30th 1979 under Economic Zone of UNCTAD v General Assembly known as International Law of the Sea, Law of Treaties and the Law of Redeemer Resolution number 3362 SV 26th Series of 1970 for declaration of diplomatic and consular ownership, aged minister under Executive Order number 76 United Nations Plan of Action number 35 authenticated by Ambassador of Paris Honorable Salvador P. Lopez. This new world legal order no intervention, non-use of political power, and respect the sovereignty, to avoid the destruction of the international documents represented by the bearer TVM LSM 666 to maintain the state of harmony amended in October 25, 1967. Any trustee bullion bank refused to coordinate and follow the rule of banking law of bailment. The bailee is punishable in the Veto Act or Embargo Act 1807. Done in Cancun, Mexico this 4th of October in the year of our Lord 1982. Duly signed by Kurt Waldheim, Secretary General, United Nations. Approved by Ferdinand E. Marcos, spokesman of UN Group 77, Head of State/President Republic of the Philippines. Confirmed by Ronald Reagan, President United States of America, Head of State. TIBURCIO v Marcos, heir/owner/sole signatory, Redeemers Code 1738-77, implementer of Alpha Omega. Page 14 of 34. On October 4, 1982, President Ferdinand E. Marcos, Secretary of UNCTAD Philippines, and representatives of the International Banker Association, International Trade Law Association, United States Treasury, World Bank, and International Monetary Fund signed the ECOSOC Article 55 in Cancun, Mexico. I also signed as trust owner, sole signatory, and world chairman of the LSM Alpha Omega for the implementation of the Alpha Omega Master Plan regarding the World Economic, Social, and Cultural Development Project, based on my gold bullion and other commodities as backup. During signing of Economic, Social and Cultural Order Article 55. After signing of bilateral Minesfield Successor Agreement held at Cancun, Mexico by 22 Head of State North and South Summit meeting known as Secret Agreement dated 4th of October 1982. Headed by President Ferdinand E. Marcos, spokesman of G77 and Chief Legal Counsel of TVM LSM 666 with International Security Council. From Center, President Ferdinand E. Marcos, Secretary of UNCTAD, Philippines, TVM LSM 666 Representative of the International Banker Organization, International Trade Law Organization, Representative of U.S. Treasury, Representative of the World Bank and International Monetary Fund represented by International Bank Board of Governor. Resolved and amended the Resolution number 93/55 adapted the Resolution of Manila Declaration for the Code of Ethic and Code of Conduct, implementation of the Alpha Omega Master Plan, preparation of the ad hoc committee bodies for the World Economic, Social, and Cultural Development Project. Resolved of the Special Proviso Resolution headed by the 22 Head of State for the undertaking of the ABL-Angbagan Lipon on legal tender currency backup of 777 known as gold bullion commodities and Yugoslavia 990, 158, AAA and 990, 1588. AAA and other denominations use the metal, AU and other commodities owned by TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcos coded LSM 666 AAA 777 MCD Coran Flat. All source of fund transfer derived from the mutual trust for the use 2005 subject for implementation. No motion had been made by G77. Done in Cancun, Mexico this 4th of October 1st, 982. Signed, Ferdinand E. Marcos, President, Republic of the Philippines. Signed, Kurt Waldheim, Secretary General, United Nations. Confirmed by, signed, TIBURCIO V. Marcos, LSM Alpha Omega World Chairman, Trust Asset Owner and Sole Signatory. Seal of the President of the Philippines. Seal of the Board of Governors of the U.S. Federal Reserve System. Seal of the U.S. Department of the Treasury. Seals of the United Nations. Seal of the World Bank. Seal of International Monetary Fund. Page 15 of 34. The leaders of the Allied Nations confirmed and certified on August 11, 1950 to that I'm the sole/successor of the World Asset in Trust Deposit and all my commodities are protected by securities. Several treaties including Treaty of Agreement Article 4 Embargo Act 1807, Global Immunities. And are free and clear of all liens and encumbrances, and without criminal origin. My assets commodities were authenticated by an assay office prior to transport/export directly to at least 7 bullion banks all over the world in coordination with the U.S. Treasury, Federal Reserve System, and others. The Trilateral Commission. 50 years of trust deposited in the Allied Nations. Gold. Platinum. Treaty of Agreement Article 4. Embargo Act 1807. We, the leaders of the Allied Nations, represented by Supreme Commander Dwight Eisenhower, United States of America President Harry S. Truman, Secretary of State Henry Stemson, CIA Director E.I. Klein, USAFE Chairman Jesus Antonio Cruz Villamor, Ferdinand E. Marcos represented by House of Congress and Chief Legal Counsel of TVM LSM 666, Father Jose Antonio Diaz alias Severino Santa. Romano et al. Metal Trustee Depositor of TVTM LSM 666 and William V. Morales represented in behalf of Cruz Villamor Tallanos family clan, Code of Coran, TVTM sole/successor of the World Asset in Trust Deposit. Under the provision of ownership of the assets, commodities, the Speaker of the House of Congress, Ferdinand E. Marcos and the Governor of Banco Central ng Pilipinas Andres V. Castillo who leaded the BSP laboratory, to authenticate the metal assay before transport/export directly to Union Bank of Switzerland. Citibank, West Pacific Corporation Westpac, Germany, Bank of England, Saudi Arabia and the Bullion Bank of Yugoslavia known as Code of AAA 777 MCD with the coordination of U.S. Treasury, U.S. Federal, World Metal Organization, International Security Council and Trusteeship Council. Copy of individual trust agreement is on file. We, hereby, confirmed, certify, that all commodities is under one umbrella TVTM LSM 666, protected by securities, several treaties, international immunities, are free and clear in any criminal offense, harassment, no liens and encumbrances, duly declared and proclaimed under the gift of love, gift of liberty in favor of the successor heir TVTM LSM 666. Enter into inheritance power, the last surviving heir of the 1212 emperors by order of Justice Truman. The Roman law relating to inheritance power of the late Julian MacLeod TALLANO his heir assigned adjudicated under the Civil Law of Ownership Article 426, 427 and 428 upon the execution of this document and instrument TVTM LSM 666 is the sole heir/sole sole signatory. Therefore, whereof, we hereby acknowledge to all concerned in behalf of the peoples of the world, this asset is removable movable in the year 2005. Done in Malacanang Palace this 11th of August in the year of Lord 1952. Signed, Harry S. Truman, President United States of America. Signed, Dwight Eisenhower Supreme Commander, Allied Nations. Signed, Ferdinand E. Marcos, Congressman, Republic of the Philippines. Signed, Father Jose Antonio Diaz, Metal Trustee Depositor of TVTM, alias Severino Santa Romana. Signed, Jose Bautista Cruz, 10, 60, 84, 79 Far East, C1, C2. Signed, William V. Morales Representative Code of Quran. Page 16 of 34. The peoples of the United States of America issued Embargo Act 1807 to the peoples of the Allied Nations under the New World Legal Order, mandating the state to promote social justice and to ensure my dignity, welfare, and security. I am also identified as the World Trust Fund's owner vested by the rights of ownership under the rules of law established in the International Court of Justice under Almsted U.S. 277 U.S. 438. Top Secret. Operation Embargo Act 1807. The Trilateral Commission. Order. From the peoples of the United States of America, and to the peoples of the Allied Nations granted with support of Treaty of Versailles issued Embargo Act 1807 under, by United Nations New World Legal Order pursuant to Resolution No. 108 and 109 amended in UNCTAD on October 4, 1982. At Cancun, Mexico. Duplicate copy. 1. Under ratification of the vital banking instruments presented by the spokesman of Group of 77, Head of State, and President of the Republic of the Philippines Ferdinand Edrelin Marcos. 2. The state respects the United Nations Charter to Charter Article 2 ECOSOC Article 55 Special Resolution Proviso Article 57 and 63. That they considered the final recommendation of the conference towards an international endorsement of a new trade policy for development using the TVTM LSM 666 Trust Asset around the world under 50 to 20 policy ended 2005. 3. The state promote under Manila Declaration of Code. The Code of Ethic, Code of Conduct, Code of Quran, Code of Redeemer. Code of Trust Account Coded Name protected by Article 1405 Law on Secrecy of a Deposits supported by Treaty of Versailles and several treaties is duly amended. 4. The state promotes the world of trust and banking institutions. The rules of law and person promote physical, intellectual social justice. 5. The state shall promote social justice, to ensure the dignity, welfare, security, for the sole holder of the trust asset vested by the Knights of Ownership under the rules of law established by the International Court of Justice under Almsted U.S. 277, U.S. 438. Those who violated the mutual agreement is punishable in the International Court of Justice Paris, France and subject foreclosure and operation embargo under banking law of bailment. Done in Cancun, Mexico this 4th of October in the year of our Lord 1982. Signed, Ronald Reagan, President United States of America. Signed, Jimmy Carter, Trilateral Commission, ex-President of USA. Signed, Ferdinand E. Marcos, President, Republic of the Philippines. Signed, Gregorio S. Licorice, BSP Governor. Signed, TVTM LSM 666, owner of World Trust Fund, Trilateral ID number 54 32 11 01 10. Seal of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve. Seal of the Department of the Treasury. Page 17 of 34. Based on Statement Number 5 of the Trilateral Commission's Order, Operation Embargo Act 1807 is enforceable to bailees, who are liable for violating the mutual agreement about my rights of ownership, and they are criminally punishable in the International Court of Justice. Consequently, they will be lawfully arrested, instantly incarcerated, and their respective establishments will also be closed or seized. 5. The state shall promote social justice, to ensure the dignity, welfare, security, for the sole holder of the trust asset vested by the rights of ownership under the rules of law established by the International Court of Justice under Almsted U.S. 277, U.S. 438. Those who violated the mutual agreement is punishable in the International Court of Justice, Paris, France, and subject foreclosure and Operation Embargo under banking law of bailment. Done in Cancun, Mexico, this 4th of October in the year of our Lord 1982. Signed, Ronald Reagan, President, United States of America. Signed, Jimmy Carter, Trilateral Commission, ex-President of USA. Signed, Ferdinand E. Marcos, President, Republic of the Philippines. Signed, Gregorio S. Licorice, BSP Governor. Signed, TVTM LSM 666, owner of World Trust Fund, Trilateral ID number 54 32 11 01 10. I'm the successor of David Rockefeller 1915-2017 in his chairmanship of the Trilateral Commission, which can sanction a country to declare war. As the chairman of the Trilateral Commission, I can economically shut down any allied and non-allied nation, which failed to implement the World Economic, Social, and Cultural Development Project. As the 7th Star Governor General of the United Nations and the Supreme Commander of the Bureau of Central Interpol, I can also command military and police forces if need be. Group of Trilateral Commission of Global Funder Ronald Reagan, President, United States of America. David Rockefeller, Chairman, Trilateral Commission. Jimmy Carter, Trilateral Commission, ex-President of USA. Ferdinand E. Marcos, President, Republic of the Philippines. TIBURCIO V. Marcos, Alpha Omega World Chairman, holder of the 7th Golden Key of White Stallion. Page 18 of 34. The Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System officially issued on August 11, 1983 my identification number C60 84 7940 VMLSM 666, my codename, identifying me as TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcos, coded LSM 666 777. AAA, Coran C1 C2, and as the world assets holder for 5,020 years. The U.S. Treasury also identified me as user of my asset. Jose Bautista Cruzan, who was my consanguineal trust depositor, officially signed my identification, which was issued by Dr. Preston Martin, who was an American banker and the Federal Reserve Board's vice chairman. Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Washington, D.C. 20551. To all Board of Governors worldwide acknowledged. By the authority of United States Treasury, in accordance with U.S. Federal Reserve System, given identity to TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcus coded LSM 666, 777, AAA Coran C1 C2 holder of the World Asset Access Reserve Trust for 5,020 years. Redeemers Code number 1738-777. The U.S. Treasury, identified, pursuant to USA Public Law 87-66, cited old series currency, used as asset as backup of Metal S Adjustment Act under Section 5, provided to act as holder of several treaties under Security Code MR 576 CF Phil, global immunity with 7 counts of gents. Decree and LOI. Therefore, upon the execution of the special proviso, the U.S. Federal Reserve System issued identification number C60 84 7940 VMLSM 666. Done in Washington, D.C. 20551 this 11th day of August 1983. Confirmed by. Signed, Jose Bautista Cruz and Phil, Trust Depositor of Victory Notes. Signed, Preston Martin, Vice Chairman of U.S. Federal Reserve. Page 19 of 34. By the authority of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, the Department of the U.S. Treasury issued my ID number IC 60 84 79. The U.S. Treasury and the Federal Reserve System officially acknowledged on July 11, 1979 to all boards of governors of the central banks and the international government monetary authorities a backup of a series of currencies, based on my asset commodities regarding C1 C2 1921 777. The U.S. Treasury's issuance of my ID number is authenticated by the Trilateral Commission of the Global Funder ID number 53 42 11 01 10. As the Trilateral Commission's chairman, L can utilize the vast wealth of trilateral countries: 1 North America, 2 Europe, and 3 Japan. Department of the Treasury. Office of the General Counsel. Washington, D.C. 20220. To all Board of Governor of the World Central Banks. International Government Monetary Authorities. By the authority of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, Washington, D.C. 2055 1 and Department of the U.S. Treasury in accordance with Public Law 87-66, cited old and new series of currency, used TVM LSM 666 asset commodities for the consonance of our objective purposes to back up the C1 C2 1921 777 maturity 2005. Adjustment Act under Section 5 provided to act, or undertaking the position of Mr. Jose Bautista Cruz, Cruz and Philippines, holder of Redeemers Code 1738-777, U.S. Treasury Code MR 576 CF Phil. Therefore, upon the execution of this special proviso, we hereby issue the identifier of TVM LSM 666, ID number IC 60 84 79 supported by Treaty of Perpetual, authenticated by the Trilateral Commission of Global Funder ID number 54 32 11 01 10. Done in Washington, D.C. 20220 this 11th day of July 1979. Sincerely. Signed, Russell L. Monk, Assistant General Counsel. Signed, Jose Bautista Cruz, Trust Depositor of Victory Notes. Signed, T. Page Nelson, Director Foreign Currency. The Trilateral Commission. ID number 01. Know all men by these presents. By virtue of power vested by the Allied Nations, TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcus TVM is registered in Trilateral Society of Global Funder with Trilateral ID number 54, 32, 11, 01, Tentativa Decree 010, 2208, Republic Act 5445-54. Registered in the 7 Book and 7 Seal authorized under the 12 Tables and 12 Emperors of Roman law by Judge Truman. The name Leo Steve Marcus LSM is registered in the Bank International Settlement with LSM Security Code 11, 01, 12, 33, 45, 1, 88, 8. Protected by Treaty of Perpetual Relation CR 1949. Founder of 7th White Stallion. Recognized by the World Organization as the owner and sole signatory of the World Mutual Trust Deposit and undertaking the Code of Quran Flat, AAA, 777, MCD bearing a diplomatic and consular minister, owner Article 426, 427 and 428. Done in United States of America this 11th of August 1981. Signed, Donald F. McHenry, U.S. Ambassador United Nations. Signed, Jimmy Carter, Chairman Trilateral Commission. Signed, Ferdinand E. Marcos, President, Republic of the Philippines, Spokesman of UN Group of 77. Signed, Kurt Waldheim, Secretary General, United Nations. Jimmy Carter, then Chairman of the Trilateral Commission, and President Ferdinand E. Marcos as spokesman of the UN Group of 77 were the co-signatories of these two officials, Donald F. McHenry and Kurt Waldheim of the United Nations in the Commission's issuance of my identification. I'm duly registered as TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcus TVM in the Trilateral Commission of the Global Funder with Trilateral ID number 53, 42, 11, 01, 10 on August 11, 1981. The Trilateral Commission also officially recognized me as the owner and sole signatory of the World Mutual Trust Deposit. Page 20 of 34. The Group of Trilateral Commission of Global Funder issued this document on October 4, 1981. Alpha Omega. From the desk of the Group of Trilateral Commission of Global Funder, member of the Board of Trustees as follows. Therefore the documents on file under LSM Code. Trilateral ID number 54, 32, 11, 01, 10, LSM 666, 11, 01, 12, 33 45, 1-88, 8. Revelation 20, 10-11. The founder of 7th White Stallion Archangel Michael Almaton is protector under by order of Melchizedek, and from the desk of 12 Table, Group of Emperor. Judge Truman of the Roman law, since 1405. The Bank of International Settlement CH 4002 Battle, Switzerland and Credit Suisse First Boston 17 Rudy Lawson 1211 at Geneva granted and justified of the Code LSM Alpha Omega Titular Decree number 010, 22, 74OA in accordance with Republic Act 54, 45-54 under the 7 Book and 7 Seal authorized. Done in Geneva, Conference Palace des Nations this 4th of October in the year of our Lord 1981. David Rockefeller. Jimmy Carter. Zbigniew Brzezinski. Walter Mondale. Henry Kissinger. Peter Carrington. TVM LSM 666. Signed, Ronald Reagan, President, United States of America. Signed, David Rockefeller, Chairman, Trilateral Commission. Signed, Jimmy Carter Trilateral Commission, ex-President of USA. Signed, Ferdinand E. Marcos, President, Republic of the Philippines. Signed, TIBURCIO V. Marcos, Alpha Omega World Chairman, holder of the 7th Golden Key of White Stallion. Original. Therefore the documents on file under LSM Code, Trilateral ID number 54, 32, 11, 01, 10, LSM 666, 11, 01, 12, 3345, 1-88, 8. Revelation 20, 10-11. The founder of 7th White Stallion Archangel Michael Almaton is protector under by order of Melchizedek, and from the desk of 12 table, group of Emperor, Judge Shaman of the Roman law, since 1405. The Bank of International Settlement CH 4002 Battle, Switzerland and Credit Suisse First Boston 17 Rudy Lawson 1211 at Geneva granted and justified of the code LSM Alpha Omega Titular Decree number 010227408 in accordance with Republic Act 54, 45, 54 under the 7 Book and 7 Seal authorized. The 1981 group of Trilateral Commission consisted of the following officials: David Rockefeller, Jimmy Carter, Zbigniew Brzezinski, Walter Mondale, Henry Kissinger, Peter Carrington. Page 21 of 34. As the Federal Reserve System's Vice Chairman, Dr. Martin confirmed on August 11, 1979 that I'm the trust account's absolute owner regarding the U.S. notes Victory notes issued by the federal government and microma free asset commodities, which are also free from liens and encumbrances. The USA is a corporation ruled from the Crown in the City of London. The Federal Reserve System is the Crown's privately owned company. I'm the sole owner of the vast gold bullion deposited in the Fed's 13 vaults. Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Washington, D.C. 2055, 1. Waiver of rights, interest and participation. Transfer of ownership in favor to TVM LSM 666. Know all men by these present. That I, Jose Bautista cross-coded Cruzan Philippines, legal age, depositor in trust of TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcos, legal heir of Queen Enemicia Cruz VILLAMOR Marcos, Her Majesty Queen of Spain, owner of El Banco Espanol Filipino Diezable Segundo and Hacienda Restless Filipina Archipelago consisting of 7,169 islands and islets, holder of the gold, and use the asset and commodities to back up. C1 C2 up to C19 C-21-777 coded 01, 22 Aberinatang Dynasty Li Chua TMCD Kingfisher Harbor King JPR protected by Treaty of Israel-Palestine, Treaty of Versailles, Redeemers Code number 17. 38-777, and New World Legal Order number 1XX1XX with global immunity covered by international insurance, maturity in the year 2005, and implementation of project in the year 2007. Copy of the documents as to it. 1. Claim number 710XX, 01-60-84-7-9. Treasury Code ID number IC 60 84 7 9 and US Federal ID number 60 84 7 9. 2. U.S. currency notes issued by Federal Government of the United States of America known as Victory Notes Series 66 held under Special Certificate of Trust Deposit totaling of 21 lots 21. Respectively deposited on the account numbers ICXXX 2700 and IC 60 84 7 9 Barclays Bank London, UK and Chase Manhattan New York, United States of America. 3. All trust account are deposited in United States dollar, account number 9-84 53, 70, 0, 8433, 4-10. Certificate number C1, a totaling of 21 lots deposited under the account number 98, 45, 27, 0085, 4, 34, 10 and 37 billion United States dollar protected under Republic Act 1405, the law on secrecy of bank deposits, adopting banking laws of bailment. All information are disclosed in right time. Therefore, I hereby turn over, waive my rights and participation, transfer, and convey over the trust asset mentioned above in favor to legal heir TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcus coded TVM LSM 666, assigned with consideration in accordance with Court Order Republic Act 26, copy of documents herein attached, proof of identity and all originals are lodged in the vault of U.S. Treasury, U.S. Federal Reserve. Barclays Bank, Chase Manhattan Bank. Recorded under the supervision of Trilateral Society Act No. 61, supported by Global Immunity, 7 counts of gents, insured by International Insurance Company, with security code 5020 and redeemers code 1738-777. Therefore, further, the asset commodities has been locked in trust, free from all liens and encumbrances, and no criminal origin. Upon the execution of this document, TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcus coded TVM LSM 666 is the absolute owner and undertaker of the trust account mentioned above. Done in the office of the U.S. Treasury this 11th of August 1979. Signed, Jose Bautista Cruz, Cruz and Philippines, Victory Notes, Trust Depositor of TVM LSM 666. Confirmed, signed, Preston Martin, Vice Chairman of U.S. Federal Reserve. Confirmed, signed, Patrick S. Strauss, AS2, 763. Confirmed, signed, Catherine Wilhelm, CY 375, Chase. Confirmed, signed, Paul Davidson, XXXXXX Treasury. Confirmed, signed, Donald Rosenskrig, XXXXXX, Barclays. Confirmed by, signed, TIBURCIO V. Marcus, Solona, signatory, C1, C2, C19, CXXXXXX. Signed, Attorney Fred Ruz Castro, Notary Public, until December 1979. PTR number 83, 69, 75, 6. Victory Documentary, 4 centavos. The British Crown refers to me as the Rothschilds and other ruling families' hidden superpower in the City of London Corporation. Page 22 of 34. A copy of the certificate reveals my deposit of 80,000 metric tons of gold in the Treasury vault of Citibank in a Fort Knox, where one of the Fed's 13 vaults is located that is currently under my chairmanship or ownership. The Rothschilds, and others, merely serve as my public front in the Fed. Central Bank of the Philippines. Office of the Monetary Board. Manila. Certificate of Depositor. In trust deposit. This certificate that there have been deposited in the Treasury vault of Citibank, NA, located in head office New York 10043 USA, care of John S. Reed, Chairman and CEO, with full obligation and responsibility the following trust accounts. Citibank N.A., Fort Knox. Head Office New York 10043 USA. 1. Trust Account Number 777911. 2. Trust Account Number 7771211. Volume 80,000 metric tons of gold AU. Purity 999.9. Fineness. Warehouse, Fort Knox. Trust Depositor, Jose Antonio de la Paz alias Severino Santa Romana and others. Asset Owner Code, TVM LSM 666, Harbor King, 2005. Restructure Date, 1983. Maturity, 2005. And which shall be free from all liens and encumbrances, no criminal origin covered by insurance, immunity, and security code 50202005. Done in the office of the Monetary Board of Central Bank of the Philippines this 14 of October in the year of our Lord 1983. Signed, Jaime C. Lea, Governor, Central Bank of the Philippines. Signed, Ferdinand E. Marcos, President, Legal Counsel of TVM LSM 666. Signed, Father Jose Antonio Diaz alias Severino Santa Romana et al. Trust Depositor of TVM LSM 666. Signed, Tiburcio Villamor Marcos, Owner, Sole Signatory. Citibank. Page 23 of 34. Refer to this copy of the delivery receipts original dated August 11th, 1950 that reveals the 400,000 metric tons of gold with gold certificate number 083030L50 in the Treasury vault of the Central Bank of the Philippines CBP. Based on the CBP's receipt, the gold and other commodities are integral part of the Bilateral Memorandum of Agreement or the BMBSA. El Banco Espanol Filipino Offshore Capital and his subsidiary, El Banco Espanol de Isabel Segundo. Importer under Executive Order No. 436 of July 1951. Exporter amended under Republic Act 572 of 195 ORA No. 650. Office, Royal Custom House Aduana, Intramuros, Manila, República de Filipinas. Delivery receipt. Delivered to Central Bank of the Philippines. Attention, Honorable Miguel Cuaderno, Governor. Special Trust Deposit to the new Central Bank of the Philippines for special loan of 50 years, maturity 2000, deal number 002, protected by security code 5020, custodial safekeeping receipt, gold certificate numbers, inventory list, SKR numbers, a B51, 26. 3, 11th of August 1950. To whom it may concern. We, Trust Depositor of El Banco Espanol de Isabel Segundo, El Banco Espanol Offshore Capital, certified that we delivered the gold and other commodities owned by El Banco to the warehouse vault of Treasury of Central Bank of the Philippines as follows to wit. Gold certificates numbers 1. 083-030L50, 400,000 metric tons. 2. 083-031L50, 3. 083-032L50. Grand total of 217,500 metric tons. 4. 89-003L50, total of 30,490, of gold bars. 12.5, 5, 92,009L50. Total of 12,253,662.09 troy ounces, or 30,490,934.41 bars. 12.5, 6, 93,010L50. Total of 56,295,890.84 troy ounces, or 144,812 bars of 12.5 kilos. 7, 94,011L50. Total of 11,120,743.16 troy ounces, or 27,671,967.02 bars, 12.5 kilos, 8.94.011 L50. Vault and Ledger Accounting, 9.94.001 L50, 10.94.11 L50, 11.95.012 L50, total of 10,552.43 troy ounces, in 26,258,930.9 bars, 12.5 kilos, 12. 109.02 L50, total of 381,136,675 metric tons. We certified further these commodities as integral part of the bilateral memorandum of agreement signed in 1950, be free of all taxes, no criminal origin, covered by the global immunities, treaties of agreement, maturity 2000. Done in the office of the Monetary Board, this 11th of August 1950, 50. Confirmed by, signed, Miguel Cuaderno Sr., Governor of Central Bank. Delivered by, signed, Father Jose Antonio Diaz, Trust Depositor. Security assigned by, signed, General Dwight Eisenhower, Pentagon. Attested by, signed, Elpidio Quirino. Signed, Queen Elizabeth II. Signed, Tankaki. LSM 666 logo. King Philip II, also known as King Louis Untitled TALLANO. Ancestor of TVM, owner of the land, King Felipe. Queen Isabel II coin, grandmother of TVM, owner of the gold coin, Queen Isabel II. King Ferdinand VII coin, also known as Don Armando Villamor, Ferdinand VII, grandfather of TVM, owner of the gold coin. Central Bank of the Philippines seal. U.S. Department of the Treasury seal. Board of Governors of the U.S. Federal Reserve System seal. Supreme Court of the Philippines seal. Signed, Attorney Fred Ruz Castro, Notary Public. Signed, Tiburcio Villamor Marcus, sole heir, owner, signatory. Alpha Omega World Development Mars Hall Program logo. U.S. National Security Agency seal. The CBP's receipt was confirmed by Mr. Miguel P. Cuaderno Sr., then first governor of the CBP, and attested by His Excellency Elpidio R. Quirino, then President of the Republic of the Philippines. Page 24 of 34. The CBP's receipt was signed by General Dwight D. Eisenhower, before he became President of the United States in 1953, Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom and the other Commonwealth realms, Tankaki, who was a prominent Chinese businessman, Father Jose Antonio Diaz, Dr. Jose P. Rezals alias as Trust Depositor, and Attorney Fred Ruz Castro as Notary Public. The CBP's receipt also identifies me as Tiburcio Villamor Marcus TVM, who is the sole heir/owner/signatory. Based on the CBP's receipt, my ancestor great-grandfather is King Felipe or Philip II, who was King of Spain, King of Portugal, King of Naples and Sicily, Juxorus King of England and Ireland, and ruler of Mahalaca as King Louis Untitled. As written on the CBP's receipt, King Ferdinand VII is my grandfather and my grandmother is Queen Isabel II of Spain. The first bank in the Philippines was called El Banco Espanol Filipino de Isabel II, named after her. The Land Registration Commission in Philippines officially confirms that the El Banco Espanol Filipino Diezable Segundo is World Bank exporter of gold and other commodities with paid-up capital of $5 trillion and El Banco Espanol Filipino Offshore Capital as my banking unit with paid-up capital of $356 million are the OCTT01-4s. Integral part coded name of 01, AAA, AO that is registered in the 9 World Bank and 7 IMF. According to the article entitled Independent Confirmation of the Philippines Gold, and dated August 9, 2006, the deed of occupation of the Maharlika as drafted by Reverend Andres Urdaneta on December 7, 1565 declared the whole Philippine archipelago as the property of King Philip II of Spain. After the British Royal Army and Navy's liberation of the Filipinos from the Spanish colonizers on October 6, 1762, the British government headed by General Dawson Draper ordered the said deed's replacement, to recognize Rajalakan Macleod Tagian Tallano as the Maharlika's legitimate heir, who is Maharaja Luisan Tagian's grandson. The document was entitled Original Certificate of Title OCT01-4 Protocol, which was issued by the Royal Government of England, recognizing the claim of the TAGEAN royal family, that they have lived and ruled the Maharlikan Islands since time immemorial. Reportedly, the British OCT01-4 protocol turned over the whole archipelago to its original owner, the TAGEAN royal family, as represented by a prince, Lakan Acuna or Acuna Tagian. Reportedly, on January 7, 1764, the Spaniard, Simon de Anda, affirmed and reconfirmed the ownership of the Hacienda Filipina archipelago as embodied in the British OCT01-4 protocol, by issuing a Spanish new land title in the name of Prince Lakan Acuna Tagian Tallano. Page 25 of 34. Based on the Philippine court's decision with compromise agreement dated February 4, 1972, the British royal government then issued a royal decree, Protocol 01-4, based on the laws of the West Indies, granting ownership of the Hacienda Filipina archipelago Philippine archipelago, that was in the name of King Luisan Tagian, to the Tagian clan. Page 43. OCTT01-4 was also in the name of Prince Lakan Acuna Tagian Tallano, also known as Rajalakan Tagian Tallano. Page 61, who was married to Princess Rowena Maria Elizabethova Beck-Macleod of Austria. Page 5. Refer to the decision's PDF copy through this web link go.gl/drnwn. King Philip II's alias was Prince Julian Macleod over Beck Tallano I as the sole owner of the Hacienda Filipina archipelago under the British OCT01-4 protocol, which was issued on the 18th century. Based on the said decision, King Luisan Tagian lived for 270 years. Page 46. In fact, Princess Rowena Maria Elizabethova Beck-Macleod was his spouse. King Philip II's another spouse is Mary I, also called Mary Tudor, who was the first queen to rule England 1553-58. Reference GL/2KZ8 8X. Thus, Mary I is also my great-grandmother aside from your Austrian ancestor, Princess Rowena Maria Elizabethova Beck-Macleod. King Philip II's another aliases were Prince Lakan Acuna Tagian Tallano and Rajalakan Macleod Tagian Tallano. His son is King Ferdinand VII of Spain, who is known as Prince Julian over Beck-Macleod Tallano II. King Ferdinand VII, who is also known as the Code of Flat Koran Ferdinand Lakan Acuna Tallano Flat, King of recognized asset nations Koran, was King Philip II's successor heir in the sole ownership of the Hacienda Filipina archipelago with the original certificate of title OCTT01-4, transfer certificate of title TCT 408 and TCT 498. and the gold bullion, platinum, diamonds, etc., which are lawfully protected by the Royal Decree, Treaty of Paris and Treaty of Versailles. In fact, the European royal families frequently intermarried to maintain their respective royal bloodlines for their combined vast wealth and to preserve some balance of power between the various empires. Queen Elizabeth II married her distant cousin Prince Philip of Greece and Denmark. Queen Victoria's great-great-granddaughter and great-great-grandson are Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, respectively. weblink.gl/5mjhho. Queen Victoria is the twin sister of my grandfather, King Ferdinand VII, therefore, she is my grandaunt through my mother's lineage. As Queen Victoria's great-great-granddaughter, Queen Elizabeth II's ancestry can be traced back to King Henry VII via Margaret Tudor, who was Mary I's aunt. Page 26 of 34. My consanguineal relationship with Queen Elizabeth II. King Ferdinand VII, his twin sister, Queen Victoria, my royal grandfather, alias Don Armando Villamor, King Ferdinand VII's father, King Philip II, Generation 5, my royal grandaunt, Queen Elizabeth II's great-great-grandmother. Ennemisha Crows Villamor, cousins, Edward VII, King Ferdinand VII's daughter, King Philip II's granddaughter, my royal mother. Generation 4, Queen Victoria's son, Queen Elizabeth II's great-grandfather, my uncle. His Majesty, King TVM, King Philip II's great-grandson, King Ferdinand VII's grandson, Queen Elizabeth II's royal granduncle. George V, Generation 3, Queen Victoria's grandson, my mother's nephew, my cousin, Queen Elizabeth II's grandfather. George VI, Generation 2, Queen Victoria's great-grandson, my nephew, Queen Elizabeth II's father. Queen Elizabeth II, Generation 1, Queen Victoria's great-great-granddaughter, my royal grandniece. Online references. YouTube, Her Royal Highness TIBURCIO Villamor Marcus, genealogy with codename TVM LSM666, goo.gl/3yoegh, Wikipedia, Family Tree of English and British Monarchs, goo.gl/b1rpuc, article, Ancestors of Queen Elizabeth II goo.gl/kkhelz. You and I belong to the Royal Macleodian ancestry in the United Kingdom. Princess Rowena Maria Elizabeth Overbeck Macleod's descendant is your mother, Mary Ann Macleod Trump, of Scotland in the United Kingdom. King Philip II married Princess Rowena Maria Elizabeth Overbeck Macleod, who is my great-grandmother and dear ancestor. Since you are a Macleod, you are appointed as the 45th President of the USA and to be the supreme military protector of the Quran through Washington, D.C. Page 27 of 34. Presidents Gerald R. Ford and Ferdinand E. Marcus, Queen Elizabeth II, and others officially issued on October 4, 1976 my reconfirmation of trust deposit to 9 World Bank and 7 IMFL Banco Espanol Offshore Capital TVM with the sum of US dollars 300 with 39 zeros protected by several treatises and global immunities and free from all liens and encumbrances, and without criminal origin. Office of the President of the Philippines. Malacanang Palace, Manila. Reconfirmation of trust deposit in trust to 9 World Bank and 7 IMFL Banco Espanol Offshore Capital TVM. Original copy, The Bank International Settlement Switzerland, Credit Suisse and Netherlands certified the special grant under Global Account Code of AAAO01-4 as umbrella code of INARABA TVM LSM 666 in form of MCD as backup of uncut US dollars, yen, euro, NKD, RM fund transfer all over the world. CB Circular 343 PD number 1034 and CB clearance. Peso to dollar TVM LSM 666 as legal proponent project ECOSOC United Nations Article 55, 57, and 63. We further certified the Board of Governors pursuant to ministerial summit held on 4th day of October 1976 in Manila. The said trust assets of codename flat AAAO01-4 MCD, the sum of dollars 300, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 0.00 protected by several treaties, global immunities declared no criminal origin, no lens and encumbrances, since 1851 covered by irrevocable letters of authority issued to Solaire, sole signatory in favor to TVM LSM 666 as follows. Account Control Code, US Fed ID number C60 84 79, USTID number IC60 84 79. Account number 97 54 3201 10 22 740A. Verification with Bloomberg Screen, ICFAAA 13 00 300. QSIP number 775-12 00 300-77. This coupon are recorded in St. Vincent West Indies with insurance company and all assets withdrawable after maturity year 2009 or restructuring. If the commercial banking system institution coordinate the bilateral Minesfield successor breakthrough agreement in accordance with section 7, 10, and 11. Done in Malacanang Palace this 4th day of October 1976. Signed, T. Page Nelson, Director, Foreign Currency. Signed, Weston Martin, Vice Chairman U.S. Federal Reserve. Signed, Gerald R. Ford, President United States of America. Signed, Gaston Egmont Thorne, President UN General Assembly. Signed, Queen Elizabeth II, Head of Trilateral Commission. Signed, Ferdinand E. Marcos, President Republic of the Philippines. Currently, I'm the chairman of 10 world banks, which include the American Indian Sovereign Nation and Central Bank as the 10th World Bank. Page 28 of 34. The Board of Governors of the Central Bank of the Philippines officially issued on October 4, 1976 this certificate ownership trusteeship about my account with the sum of us 300 followed by 39 zeros. Presidents Ferdinand E. Marcos and Gerald R. Ford, and Queen Elizabeth II signed this certificate in trust to 9 world banks and 7 IMF. Central Bank of the Philippines. Office of the Monetary Board of Governor. Manila. Certificate of Depositor, Ownership Trusteeship. In trust to 9 World Banks 7 International Monetary Fund IMF. Deposited in special grant under Global Account Code AAAO01-4. Mother account code of Quran, flat MCD LSM 666 in a USD. Protected by Treaty of Perpetual PD number 1034, 1453 and Act number 6426. Know all men by these presents. We the Board of Governors pursuant to the multilateral, annual ministerial summit held on 4th of October 1976, certified that there have been trust account per record ledger to ledger, recorded in the Bank for International Settlement CH 4002 Basel, Switzerland and Credit Suisse Geneva 1211. Switzerland as integral part of 1950 bilateral Minesfield successor breakthrough agreement exported to European countries. We further certify these trust account of AAAO01-4 flat MCD Quran the sum of dollars 300, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000, 000 backup of AU metals, diamond and platinum withdrawable after maturity year 2007 protected by Treaty of General Agreement, Global Immunity, Security Insurance, no lien and encumbrances in accordance with account number 97, 54, 32, 01, 10 as Special Global Account Code Number 01022-74-OA. Done in the office of the Board of Governor of Central Bank of the Philippines this 4th of October in the year of our Lord 1976. Signed, Gregorio Licorice, Governor of Central Bank of the Philippines. Signed, Ferdinand E. Marcos, President, Legal Counsel of TVM LSM 666. Signed, Gerald R. Ford, President United States of America. Signed, Gaston Egmont Thorne, President of the General Assembly of the United Nations. Signed, Queen Elizabeth II, Head of Trilateral Commission. Signed, Fred Ruz Castro, Chief Justice, Supreme Court of the Philippines. Page 29 of 34. King Ferdinand VII's royal daughter is Emilia Cruzan Villamor, Princess of Spain, who is the verified first legal spouse of my father, Ferdinand E. Marcos, who is the son of Prince Chun-Or-Zae Feng 1883-1951, who was a Manchu prince and the late Qing dynasty's regent. As Emperor Chua Taili, I inherited the Qing dynasty's vast wealth. The said 400,000 metric tons of gold were derived from King Solomon's 1,181,336,675 metric tons of gold, which I inherited from my ancestor named Marcus Ulpius Trajanus or Trajan 98 to 117 AD. Roman Emperor, through King Ferdinand VII under the Code of Koran as King Ferdinand VII's and Prince Chun's grandson, I inherited the combined global assets of the Spanish-Chinese royal family clans including the US, Japan's M Fund. The Treasury Certificate of the People of the Philippine Islands confirms the account worth US $500 followed by 54 zeros that is sponsored by 10 million metric tons of gold and time deposited with 4% per annum on January 1, 1966 in the Federal Reserve Board, which is the governing body of the Federal Reserve System in the USA. Weblink go.gl/BCRRBT. I and my Director Generals of the AOWDMP designate the people of the Philippine Islands as the bankrollers of all central banks including the Federal Reserve Banks for the full implementation of the Divine Master Plan for the New World Society, based on my vast global assets. Let us inform you the commitment of the Filipino people to the world. We, the Filipino people, are hardworking, courageous and dignified. Our noble mission is to fully eradicate poverty and subside hopelessness. Because of our unconditional love for humanity, we are spearheading the global humanitarian and national economic development programs. We encourage your fellow man to acknowledge our advocacy for mankind. Please include the Filipino people who have Philippine passports in your visa waiver program. They truly deserve to be welcomed as special guests. For more information about my global assets for humanity, you may read my directives to the world leaders about me as Emperor Chua of the Qing/Ming/Tang dynasties and the visa waiver program for Filipinos in the USA and Europe through the following web links. Emperor Chua 1. GOO, GL/KA7, 7HY, Digital Flipbook. GOO, GL/FQQUK4, Google Drive, downloadable PDF file. Visa waiver program for Filipinos in the USA and Europe. 2. GOO, GL/UYR9VB, Digital Flipbook. GOO, GL/CACHQW, Google Drive, downloadable PDF file. Page 30 of 34. The World Trade Center's destruction in New York on September 11, 2001 is a reminder of the involvement of these three parties in the agreement, signed at the Buckingham Palace, London, England on December 20, 1988. 1. First party, President Ferdinand E. Marcos. 2. Second party, Queen Elizabeth II. 3. Third party, U.S. President Ronald W. Reagan. As planned by the second party, the WTC, where at least 10,000 metric tons of Marcos gold were preserved underneath, was destroyed in favor of the mother account, to be handled by Anthony Santiago Martin, my code name. Then President George W. Bush executed the plan on September 11, 2001, my father's 84th birthday, showing his subservience to Queen Elizabeth II. As the CEO of the United States Corporation of the British Crown, your full cooperation with me is urgent to make America great again. Contact me directly for our urgent meeting through the following. My US-based phones 1-347-771-0171 and 929-350-2333. Email tvmtallanos@gmail.com. Main recipient jake.alphaomega@gmail.com. Copy furnished. Skype name TVM-LSM666 TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcus. Very truly yours. Signed, His Majesty, King TIBURCIO VILLAMOR Marcus TALLANO TAGEAN IV. Successor heir/owner/judicial administrator. Sole redeemer of Global Flat and Trust Accounts C1, C2, C19, 21, 777. Successor heir of OCTT01-4/TCTT 408/G498 Hacienda Filipina Archipelago. United Nations, 7-star Governor General. Sole signatory of the KORAN. Codename, TVM-LSM666. U.S. Treasury ID, IC-60-847-9. Titular Decree, 01-022-740A. Federal Reserve System ID, C-60-84-79. Global Funder Trilateral Number, 54-32-11-01-10. Co-Chairman, the Committee of 300. Member, G20 to 23H World LSM Alpha Omega. Chairman, Trilateral Commission. Chairman, El Banco Espanol de Filipino de Esabel Segundo. World Chairman, Alpha Omega World Development Mars Hall Program. Member, the International Security Council of the United Nations. Page 31 of 34. In cooperation with the Director Generals, Adjutant Generals, Provost Mars Halls, Mandate Trustees, with complete irrevocable global immunities, who are officers of the International Bureau of Central Interpolan, members of the International Security Council of the United Nations. General Jonathan E. Castaneda, Aide-de-Camp, Code, JEC 040. General Juliet M. Marcus TALLANO TAGEAN, Treasurer, Code, JMTT 002. General Leandro A. Dianson, Code, LAD 004. General Gary Ciori, Chief Legal Counsel. General Crisanto Q. Cannon Jr., Administrative, Code, CQC 066. General Eduardo R.E.S., Chief Legal Counsel. General Martin John Spicholsky, Director for Foreign Relations. General Demetrius Julius Shiva, Director for Foreign Relations, Code, DJS 088. General Alan Crummock, Director for Foreign Relations. General Alfredo A. Atten, Code, AAA 006. General Antonio B. Simaden, Code, ABS 011. General Nicanor P. Girona, Code, NPG 355. General Eugene M. Martires, Code, EMM 007. General Josephine D. Liza, Code, JDL 009. General Kenneth Y.U., Code, KYY 017. General Robert L. DeGuro, Code, RLD 606. General Melvin Louis R. Alano, Ministro de Communications, Code, MRO 026. General Robert R. Lachica, Code, RRL 012. General Sung Harrison Beek, Code, SHB 100. General Ekaterina Raspatoika, Code, ERS 131. General Owen T. Scott Lennon, Code, OTL 555. General Merialas Q. Barliver, Code, MLB 210. General John Naivic. General Celadonio Siompad, Code, CCO 314. General Rise G. Mussman, Code, RGM 123. General Ian A. Fleming, Code, IAF 913. Page 32 of 34. The Golden Key of LSM 666. Proclamation 1081A 1974. As Umbrella Code Account. I'm the last surviving emperor who holds the key to the 26 monarchies all over the world. 13 among the Nordic European monarchies and another 13 for the Roman Spanish monarchies stretching all the way to Asia. I'm the king of Maholica. Page 33 of 34. The Treasury. I'm the king of recognized asset nations. Quran. Page 34 of 34.